Okay, change things up a little. Working on the car. My friend Richard sent me a message saying, I've got some old magazines. Would you like them? Car magazines, to be more specific. I said, well, of course. So, this is Popular Mechanics, 1954. An auto show and pictures. A list of his. This is where my primary interest in the classics lies. Mid-50s cars. Like 55 is probably my favorite here. My Pontiac's a 55. I've had a 55 Ford mainline. I've had a 55 Ford wagon. I've had a 55 Ford custom line, 2-door hardtop. Yeah. This is from 54. It's got Chevys, body styles. It's really something. People used to get really excited about the new cars for that year. Like, this even has a Cunningham. These things were crazy. They were an American sports car. They used a Chrysler Hemi V8 but with some speed parts on it. This one's got 4 2-barrel carbs on it. They raced at Le Mans. Cunningham was really going after it. They believe they ran Kinmont disc brakes, which hot rodders jumped on that bandwagon. And you got the DeSotos. This one's all alphabetical order. Everything for 1954. It's kind of cool. There's a Kaiser Darren. Those things are pretty rad. They're neat. The doors slide up into the front fenders. I believe they're fiberglass and aluminum bodies. And the Lincolns, Mercuries, all the specs. That's a cool one. Let's see what else we got here. Set that there. Fact book, 1956 cars. Again, Popular Mechanics. Along the same lines as that 54 one. Ooh, the Dodges. Those are good looking cars. Don't see enough of those around anymore. 56 Dodge. Even the wagon ones. Sweet, sweet automobiles. Oh, there's the Fords. Custom line 4-door. Fairlane Victoria. 4-door hardtop. Custom ranch wagon. 2-door station wagon. Park Lane. There's a mainline 2-door sedan. That was like the 55 I had. The mainlines were your bare bones 2-door sedan. This is 56, but the 55s were so bare bones. They had a hood that didn't have the dimple in it for the hood ornament. It was like a shaved hood from the factory. They're great. So there's no dent like the 55s and 56s have a dent in the hood where they mounted the hood ornament. The 55 mainline doesn't have that dent, at least the Canadian ones didn't. Showing the safety steering wheel. Steering wheel would collapse. Still had a rigid column, but they're getting there. They were starting to get there. Hudson's, Mercury. Oh, 56 Mercs are beauty cars. Yeah. Fact book. All the specs and the pictures. Most of these magazines are, I haven't gone through them yet, but most of them are mid-50s motor trends. Motor Trend was interesting because what Motor Trend is now is like new car reports and that type of like road test, issue after issue, right? Motor Trend had customs in it, in the mid-50s. And this one, Texas's newest custom. On page 20. Let's have a look. Page 19. Oh, so we even got into classics, right? Chrysler story. I mean, they didn't always feature your typical California customs, like any of the Peterson magazines or like Rod and Custom or Carcraft. Carcraft was a real custom magazine, and then Hot Rod was your hot rods, right? See, I couldn't even tell you what this started as. Let's see what it is. Creators of the Venus. Fiberglass sports car. See, fiberglass, what year is this one? May 1954. So fiberglass was the big deal. That was like that era's carbon fiber. Everything was gonna get built out of fiberglass, and everything did get built out of fiberglass to a certain point. I mean, boats. They put boats in the hands of everyday, because before that you were looking at wooden boats, and well, something like a Chris Craft or Peterborough or something like that, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg because they took forever and a day to build. Fiberglass, man, you could pop them out of mold dozens a day. Customs of the world. He's got a customized Henry J. This thing is in Germany. I think it was influenced by a GM prototype. Italy and Germany. California. A couple of. So you got a real nice shoebox. Almost. Bob Conley's Ford. Almost thought it was the first iteration of Junior Conway's, but nice cars. Texas, looks like someone customized a Graham. Mexico, Senior Julio Mariscal's hobby is customizing and experimenting with cars he sells in his Mexico City dealership. Interesting. Borgward. Wow. Oh, then we got some Pontiac stuff. Power. The ads are always interesting in these magazines. Traction Master, traction bars. That's kind of cool. It still works. Caltrax, same idea, right? Still using them. And we got Detroit's 59 cars. 1959 with a wild concept on the front. Jet age, atomic age. Little differences in chassis. Future frame designs. Yeah, X-frame's good on paper, but not good in a crash. Roots Motors, Sunbeam, Rapier. So on a Sunbeam ad, Sunbeam and Hummer. Roots Motors Canada Limited. Running and adding motor trend. Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver. My dad had a Sunbeam. Peugeot lads, like everyone wanted a piece of the North American market. Everyone was jumping in here. Look at these drawings. Those are fantastic. 59 Chrysler, 59 Plymouth, DeSoto. Chrysler was really pushing what they called forward look, so they were looking forward. So this was, you were driving the car of the future now. And these Indy cars. Imports win again at Monza. Oh, Monza. Yeah. Crazy. Super Marauder. V8s. Difference in the luxuries. So you got a Lincoln and an Imperial and a Cadillac. I drove tomorrow's cars. Now the war had only been over 15 years. These are cool, like Detroit's hottest topic. Turbines are coming, but when? Let's see, August 1954. See, that was a hype for a good 10 years. Turbines, 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 turbines. But when, right? Chrysler was the closest to having it out in production. They built a bunch of those turbine cars as test mules, gave them to customers to test. Yeah. Now we hear that about electrics. Everyone's moving to electric. I don't know. I think some kind of combination between the two. Chevy had the better idea with the Volt. Run around town on electric. Because that's the most inefficient when you're stoplight to stoplight, blah, blah, blah. If you can be straight electric for your, 20 to 50 kilometer run to work, then that's fine. But somewhere like, especially Canada, I've had drives where I'm 300-400 kilometers, no services. Like, even the US, you have more services. Like it's just not practical here. Not yet, anyway. Not until we get the range of things. Range and an ability to deal with the cold. Because yes, you can buy a Tesla that's got 800 kilometers of range, but guess what? That's in ideal, perfect conditions. Yeah, more motor trends, 56. Those are just really cool. Also now, safety constraints have made cars so bloody heavy they're not efficient again. And an 89 Civic DX, I think you get like well over 60 miles a gallon, but it was also a freaking tin can on wheels. Now a Honda Civic is almost as big as that Pontiac there. I guarantee it weighs more too. That's the thing here, because you need the safety. It's been mandated. We overdo it with safety. Instead of driver training, we've substituted safety regulations. April 65. Look at this. More trim 500. Custom wheels, are they really safe? See, there's always that question. Stuff pops up. Now we get the Chinesium wheels. Oosh. Coolant plugs for hotter performance. Roger Ward. Chevy's fabulous new 396. That was a rocket. They're a ripper. Yeah. Short stroke, big bore. Rev to the moon. They even noted here, spark plug accessibility is unusually good. Showing a port shape. Now the tilt of the valves and the big block heads. Compared to the 409 that it replaced. Straighter shot to the valve. The shape of the port because of the angled valves. Pretty cool stuff. Corvettes. Oh. Yeah, oh, here's a piece of lowrider trivia. So 13-inch wires, originally designed with the knockoffs, originally designed for Corvairs. So yeah. Pretty cool. There's a true statement there. There's no denying that wire wheels have lasting charm, except when cleaning them. Yep. They look freaking awesome, but boy, they are not fun to clean. Very interesting. Interesting stuff. No, Mickey Thompson 10 smoke, aluminum center. Kind of cool. Integral hub wheels, Kelsey Hayes. Oof, the brake drum. Why? Do not like them. People love them. No. Haha. There you go. Krager SS. That is the wheel of wheels. It's still manufactured. Well, there's a Keystone. And Keystone was its own company. Keystone Custom Mag. The classic American for racing. Custom wheels, are they safe? That's equivalent to clickbait that made you buy the thing off the newsstand. Another motor trend. 54. 58. Volkswagen. So I'm checking it out. Look at this. Candy Apple T-Bird. Candy Apple Customs by the man who paints them all red. Joe Balin. Father Candy Apple. Candy Apple Customizer. Oh, this got a hole. Dave Murdoch Chevy. Nice. Yep. Met him in like 1990. He had one of the best t-shirts going to a great big apple on it. It was all metal flake. Candy apple, red apple. Right on his t-shirt. That T-Bird something else. That's been, I believe that car's been found and it's in the process of being restored. I might be wrong. I believe that's the one. He always did something wild with the bumper and grill. I don't know. From what I understand, his last few years were kind of rough on him. Just too bad. His level of... His style was his own style and it didn't really suit everybody. His style was a little more wild and out there than most. That's a cool issue. Like that. That was April 1958. If you're building a hot rod or custom, this style of magazine is, they're invaluable to see what was happening. This one is October 56, and they're showing the 57 Plymouth contest. Plymouth 57 Plymouth. I like the Plymouth. Look at that. 57 Plymouth. Looks like a 56 to me, but oh, you're supposed to predict when you're showing the, so you predict what we're gonna see. And the 57s, you could win one. And send them a drawing. Draw the views of the vehicle as shown. Wow. That's one of my favorite cars, a 56 Plymouth. Two-door hardtop. Gorgeous automobile. One you don't see enough of. Drove one once, it wasn't mine. Had a poly motor in it, I believe the 318 poly, and then it ran in the 331 poly maybe. Not sure, not up on those engines, but the factory dual quad. Thing hauled butt. This is Carcraft, June 1970. So that's a little out of there. Street rotting was just taking shape, but muscle cars and drag racing were was that? So we got Doug Thorley headers. Headers by Doug. Movers. It's Dale Armstrong. Strong's car. Little rat. Cool ads, I like them. Vote for your 1970 Carcraft Magazine All-Star Drag Racing Team. It used to be such a big deal. Whoever made the All-Star Drag Racing Team. Really something. I don't know, I can't even tell you what's going on in drag racing anymore. Not NHRA. Funny car. Jelly beans. Nitro. Yeah, they're incredible speeds, but I don't know. I'm torn when it comes to racing. Some ways I think it should be like no rules, just let them freaking do whatever they want. And all out racing, or something that's more of a spec class. I gotta use a factory style body, blah blah blah. I don't know. Supercar Swan Song. Okay, yes. We had the discussion before. What we call supercars now aren't what supercars were. Muscle cars weren't called muscle cars, they were supercars. Well, the high end of muscle cars, so your Hemi Cudas and your Superbirds and Daytonas and, you know, Boss 429 Mustangs. They were supercars. That's the label they got. The others were just European sports cars. Lamborghini Miura or Countach or Ferrari. Those were sports cars, not supercars. When the change happened. But yeah, here's a 1970 and we got a Superbird on blocks already. Yeah. People think it was the gas crisis. The gas crisis hadn't happened yet. The supercar swan song, they're saying they're on the end. They're on their way out. It was insurance companies killed it. You know, you could, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. They saw the writing on the walls. The sales numbers were dropping because it was, I don't know, you bought a Roadrunner with a 383 or a 440 or 426 Hemi, your insurance was going to be double than if you got Belvedere with a 383 in it. Wait, same car basically, but yeah. All in the name of safety. There's a Z28. Factory T-handle. Addition of a T-handle made shifting a little easier. LT1 Camaro. Z28. Z's slickest car on Z Street. Pretty badass. What else we got in here? Keep it cool. That is cool. Pro Stocks. Man, Grumpy's toy. Cougar, Fast Eddie's Cougar. Dino Dawn's 7-Day Wonder. An SOHC powered Maverick. Wow. Wheatley Brothers Camaro. That was a cool car. Some of these still exist. Bill Bagshaw's Henny Dart, that's still around. Sox and Martin, Cuda. It's on a 4P too. Oh, Drag Racing USA. It's funny cars. Nelson Carter's Super Chief. Burkhardt. Four-speed Nice Graver. Mini bikes were hot. The crazy show cars. The Coke Machine one. You got Crater Raider. Looks like a bathtub. Chuck Miller. Right on time with the Crater Raider. Cars derived from a cycle engine. So a motorcycle engine car. It's cool. It's rambunctious funny car. Walker mufflers. Oh, there's mad purple hornies in here. Cruller Monarch. Cruller cans. Street strip can. Conlec 257. Electric fuel pump. Traction bars. Velcro. Oh, look at this T-Bucket kit. Bird Automotive. There's a lot of those kits, so a lot of bird cars running around. They're probably one of the best. And most of the ones built from kits that were from the early 70s that are still around, I'd say a good majority of them are bird. So the deluxe kit is $399.95. What? A lot of coin. Fair chunk of coin, but a pretty complete kit. Probably why a lot of them got put on the road. Most kits, people buy a kit car, put a bunch of money into it, get it to a certain point, up on wheels, and then get painted into a corner. The Pro Car look, bolt-in roll cages, roll bars. Drive a car with a roll bar on a daily basis. Not fun. Let's set that one aside there. More Motor Trend. Another Motor Trend. Look at that cool roadster. One man's dreams. Truly small sports cars. How good is the Edsel? I don't know, they got a lot of heat over the styling, but man, they were actually really good cars. I'm a GM fan, but there's a lot of Edsel still around, still driving. There's a reason for that. They sold relatively low numbers, that's why it failed. But you see a lot more Edsels than you do 58 Fords on the road. At least anyway in Canada. Packers, 55 Plymouth road test. Good looking cars. Plymouths. Studebaker Nash. Buick, Ford, Cadillac. Motor Trend, November 1954. Another Motor Trend. Is this new? Buyer's Guide. Rambler. Perma Bronze oil filter. I don't know, people what is that? Fact and Fancy, Detroit Stylist Tells All. There was a lot of fantasy, from self-driving cars to Lodge Spark Plug Company. To flying cars, right? Self-driving cars. Bury wires in the road. And you won't have to drive. Because long distance drives for people, it just seemed like a chore. It wasn't. Didn't seem enjoyable to most. Oh, man, this thing's been all over the internet. There's that round door rolls. Crazy. That's cool. Just to see what the trends were, right? How to buy your 54 car. Prices, tests, facts. Customize your car at home. Let's see what kind of goofiness there. Colorful Galaxy. Annual International Motorama. Using an English wheel. Who is that? Quiet. Panel beaters at work. What's the secret of silence at this metal shop? Strangely enough, it's a machine. Big old English wheel. Silent metal worker. They got on my control. Yep, Mexico truly was an exotic destination. Customizing, do it yourself. Buy all these tools, The grinder. Used as a rotary sander. Dechroming. Frenching headlights. Explanation of different custom techniques. Ooh, I'll mark this page for a reason. What's that? Oh, subscription card. Oh, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Love these old magazines. Even though this is mostly stock stuff, Motor Trend was kind of the everything magazine with automotive. They explain some tech, how your generator works, the regulator, all the parts, your charging system, and your ignition system, electrics. All good info. Oh, very good info. DKWs. Ugh. Grant piston rings. Cal Automotive. Caps. A bell steering wheel. And recessed hub steering wheel. Yep, bell. It's all the neat stuff. Dual exhaust for a core of air. Seat covers were in Model A. 60. 55. Motor Trend. Memorial Day at Indy. That was an ancestor that raced at the first Indy. Continental kits for sale. Porta walls. Restoring with fiberglass. Oh. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, price for a car, guys. Come on. Fiberglass didn't need to be used for everything. Jeez. That was a 1970 car craft. Pretty cool. There's a couple of horror magazines. This one is July 1970, Popular Hot Rodding. Always liked this book. I was in high school, I liked this magazine, Popular Hot Rodding. I always had more of a backyard, do-it-yourself swing to things. Keep your wagon for less than $15. Do a tune-up on your Beetle. Look at that. The rat trap. Nice. Yeah. Fuel alters were kind of the top of the heap. Competitive with funny cars at the time. Oh, man, look at that. Junior Thompson's. Opal. Gasser. Unreal. Ah. tune up on a 429 and run it on the dyno board. They're just always neat to look at. Popular hot rodding. This was December 1970s Christmas issue. So we got all the hoods, scoops and stuff. I like the parts. Cal Custom. Those are doodads. There's really neat stuff in here. Anyway, a drag car. Love the interior stuff and that. Firewall bumped out, pedals up through the floor. So simple. And it's a drag car, but it still has carpet in it. Full interior. Any brute. All modified. It's an opal. Another opal with a Hemi in it. Pinto Vega hop-up ideas. So there's the famous 2-liter Pinto engine. What they're going to do with that Vega motor. Bonneville stuff. Mr. T. Funny car. More funny cars. And that's when drag racing put on a show too. Even in the 80s when I was a little kid. My dad would take me to the drag strip and just mind blowing. Here's the beginning of the fad tees. Oh, interesting pedal setup. Oh, Chevy truck master cylinders. I'm debating. Gotta figure out a pedal setup for my T. Those got the same shifter I have for my trans. Pretty cool. It's the beginning of the fad T, so it's still not full blown fad T, but getting there. It's on the edge. Still looks cool. Ugh. Sleepy. Anyway, I love the old magazines. And thank you, Richard.